All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. I want to give a special thanks to Vodsky Chug. Thank you so much for the super thanks from Poland. It is much appreciated. I can't thank you enough. Very generous of you. In this video here, who did the all-time greats get beat by? The wins, that's all fine and good. We can debate all day because I've heard it on the shows over Michael Jordan's competition. Oh, they weren't really that great. Yada, yada. I've heard it all. But what about the teams that actually beat you, eliminated you? Did you lose to good teams? Teams about as good as you were? Or did you get beat by teams you shouldn't have lost to? I never hear anybody bring this up, so I'm going to do that. I got my usual suspects, top 25 here. We're going to have a look at each one of these players. First up is Elgin Baylor. Only his losses, and obviously there was quite a few of them because he never won a championship and he made the playoffs a lot. Only playoff losses. 1959 against Boston was a 19-win differential. 1960 St. Louis was a 21. 61 against St. Louis, 15. 62 Boston, 6 wins. 63 Boston, 5 wins. 64 St. Louis, 4 wins. 66 St. Louis, 9 wins. 67, San Francisco, 8 wins. 68, Boston, 2 wins. In 69, Elgin Baylor and the Lakers actually had a better record, so they're +7 on that one. And then 1970 against the Knicks, a 14-win differential. You add it all up for Baylor, that's 96 wins over 11 playoff series. That's an average win difference of 8.72 per playoff loss. That's actually a lot, meaning that the competition, for the most part, was superior to what Elgin Baylor's team was. That's significant. Giannis Antetokounmpo, in 2015, a 9-win differential. In 2017, a 9-win differential. 2018, 11-win differential. 2019, he was +2, so that goes down as an upset. 2020 against Miami, +12, got upset. Now, Giannis didn't play every game in that series from what I remember, but they were losing even the games he played in. 2022 was an even record with Boston. 2023, +14 against Miami. And again, I think he only played 3 of the 5 games, but that is the majority of the series. 2025, -2 against Indiana this last season. You add it all up, and it's only a -5 across 8 different playoff losses. That's only a difference of 0.625 of a win per series on average. So that's not really that great. Giannis should have won a couple more of these series. Now, I realize win differential doesn't mean what it used to, but it's the only gauge we really have. You can go by net rating, you can go by whatever you want. But win differential decides seeding. Back when home court meant something, it probably means less for the modern era, but it meant a ton before about 5 years ago. Nikola Jokic, in his 6 playoff losses, 2019, he was +1 against Portland. 2020, 6-win differential against LA. 2021, 4-win differential against Phoenix. 2022, 5-win differential against Golden State. 2024 against Minnesota, they were actually +1 and had home court advantage. And then this last season against OKC, that was an 18-win differential. That's what's going to balloon this one up a little bit for Jokic. In the 6 playoff losses, 31-win differential total. That's an average of 5.2 wins per playoff loss. Kevin Durant in 2010, 7-win differential. 2011, 2-win differential. 2012, +1 against Miami. 2013, +4 against Memphis. 2014, 3 wins. 2016, 18 wins. Golden State, they were up 3-1, should have won. 2021 against Milwaukee was actually +2 in that series. 2022, 7-win. 23 was 8-win against Denver, and 24 against Minnesota, a 7-win. All told for Kevin Durant, that's a 45-win differential in the 10 playoff losses that he suffered, an average of 4.5 win differential per playoff loss. David Robinson, 1990, a 3-win differential. 91 against Golden State, That's actually a plus 11. 93 was a 13 win differential against Phoenix. 94 against Utah, they were plus 2. 95 against Houston, plus 15. 96 against Utah, plus 4. 98 against Utah, they were minus 6. 2000 against Phoenix, they were even. I do know that Tim Duncan got hurt and couldn't play. Yes, that's a factor, but I can't case by case it. It has to be an overall structured criteria. 2001 against the Lakers, they were plus 2. And 2002 against the Lakers, they were even. All told, for David Robinson, it's a minus 10. That's an average of even all the way around. Even. Bob Pettit, his 8 playoff losses, 1 championship, 2 times he missed the playoffs in his 11-year career. In 1956 against Fort Wayne, a 4-win differential. In 57 against Boston, a 10-win differential. 59 against Minnesota, they were plus 16. 1960 against Boston, 13-win differential. 61 against Boston, a 6-win differential. 63 against the Lakers, 5 wins. 64 against the Warriors, 2 wins. 65 against Baltimore, they were plus 8 but got beat. That's a win differential of 16 wins over 8 playoff losses. That's an average of 2 wins per playoff loss. Kevin Garnett, in his 13 playoff losses, he had some big ones. 97, a 17-win differential. 98, 16-win differential. 99, 12. 2009, 01, 11, 02, 7. In 03, they were plus 1. In 04, they were plus 2 against the Lakers. In 2010, 7-win differential. 2011, 2 wins. 2012, 7 wins. 2013, 13 wins. And 2014, 10 wins. Kevin Garnett was the heavy underdog in a lot of these series. All told, in his 13 playoff series, 108 win total, which is an average of 8.3 wins per playoff loss. Karl Malone, he made the playoffs 19 years, 19 playoff losses. The ones of note, 88, a 15-win differential. In 89, they were plus 8, got upset by Golden State. In 1995, they were plus 13 against Houston. In 96, they were 9 wins less than Seattle was. In 2002, a 17-win differential against Sacramento. 03, a 12-win differential against Sacramento. All told, for Karl Malone in his 19 seasons was 60-win difference, an average of 3.5 win differential per playoff loss. George Mikan, only 2 playoff losses ever. 1951 against Rochester, they had a 3-win better record, and they lost. In 1956, they were even with St. Louis, and they lost. That's a plus 3 win differential, an average of 1.5 win differential, but it's a plus 1.5 win differential, the first player we've seen with a plus. Oscar Robertson, 1963, a 16-win differential against Boston. In 65, though, they were 8 wins better, but Philadelphia was definitely better than the record indicated because that's the year they picked up Wilt Chamberlain. They actually pushed Boston to 7 games that year in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it was a 1-point game. So that one there may be a little more deceiving. In 1967 against Philly, a 29-win differential. In 73, they got upset by Golden State. That was a plus 13-win differential. All told, for Oscar Robertson, in his 9 playoff losses, 34-win differential. That's an average of 3.77. Moses Malone, his 11 playoff losses. In 1975, his rookie year in the ABA was a 27-win differential. 1980 against Boston, 20-win differential. 81 against Boston, a 22-win differential. 84 against New Jersey, they were plus 7, defending champions. They never should have lost that series. In 87 against Detroit, they were minus 10. In 88, they were minus 16. All told, for Moses, 96 win differential. That comes to 8.72 win differential per playoff loss. That's big. In fact, that's tied with Elgin Baylor for the biggest we've seen so far, if I'm not mistaken. Steph Curry, he's only got 5. 2013 against San Antonio, 11-win differential. 2014 against the Clippers was a 6-win differential. Obviously, the big one, 2016, they were plus 16 win differential and lost. And then in 2023, they were +1 win differential against the Lakers, and they got beat. All told for Curry in his 5 playoff losses, on average, just 1 win, which comes to 0.2 of a win per playoff loss. So basically even on average. Jerry West in 1961, his rookie year, was a 15-win under St. Louis. 1966 Boston was 9 wins under. 1970 Knicks, they were 14 wins under. 69, they were 7 wins better than Boston. And in 1973, they were 3 wins better than the Knicks. Just the 2 that were over. But all told for Jerry West, 53 win differential total, which comes to 5.3 wins per season because it was 10 playoff losses. Dr. J, in his 16-year career, he won 3 championships. 13 seasons, he got beat in the playoffs. The ones of note, 1973 against Kentucky, they were 14 wins under. 1975, I think this is the biggest win differential in the history of the NBA or ABA. In the NBA, it's 2007 Dallas getting beat by Golden State. That's a 25-win differential. But this one here is a 26-win differential. Now, they did play 84 games in the ABA. But the Spirit of St. Louis, 26 wins less than what the New York Nets were, and they upset them. 1978, Philly was 11 wins better than Washington. They got beat. Dr. J did get upset a few times. And then 1984, like Moses Malone, they were 7 wins better than New Jersey, but lost. All told for Dr. J, he was actually plus 18 wins. That 75 loss against Spirit of St. Louis is definitely dragging it down, but that's an average of 1.38 wins in your favor, plus 1.38 wins per playoff loss. LeBron James, 2006 against Detroit, that was a 14-win differential. In 2007, it was 8 wins. In 2008 against Boston, 19-win differential. 2010, they were plus 11. In 2009, they were plus 7. 2014, they were 8 under. 2015, 14 under. 2017, they were 16 under. 2018, minus 8. 2021, minus 9. 23 and 24 against Denver, they were minus 10 wins in each one of those. And then this last season, 2025, they were plus 1. All told for LeBron, that's 96 win differential. That should be 14 playoff losses. An average of 6.85 win differential. That's definitely going to be in the top half, but that's not Moses or Elgin Baylor or Kevin Garnett. Oh no. Shaquille O'Neal, in 94, he was plus 3 against Indiana. 95, plus 10 against Houston. 96, they were minus 12 against Chicago. 97 against Utah, they were minus 8. 2003, they were minus 10 against San Antonio. 04, they were plus 2. And 05, they were plus 5. And then his last year as a starter, 2010, they were plus 11 against Boston. All told for Shaq, he's only minus 12 win differential. That's it. In 12 playoff losses as a starter, that's only an average of 1 win difference. Tim Duncan. One reason why I can't put him in like the top 5, like I see people like Scap Attack, they just focus on, oh, he made all these all defenses. He won 5 championships. Okay, that's the good stuff. But what about the bad stuff? Are you even going to mention it? Now, you can decide for yourself if never leading the league in any category is good or bad. But that is something. But that's not even it. Now, Duncan's in my top 10, and he deserves it. But when you break it down by win differential against his playoff opponents, there's a little bit of an issue there, in my opinion. In 98, minus 6 against Utah, no issue. 2000 shouldn't even be in there because Duncan didn't even play, but it was even, so it's irrelevant. 01 against the Lakers, he was plus 2. 02 against the Lakers, they were even. 04 against the Lakers, they were plus 1. 06 against Dallas, they were plus 3. 08 against the Lakers, minus 1. 09 against Dallas, plus 4. 2010 against Phoenix, only minus 4. 2011 against Memphis, their biggest upset, plus 15 win differential. 2012 against OKC, they were plus 3 and had a 2-0 lead. 2013, they were minus 8. 2015, minus 1. And 2016, his last season, plus 12. You add it all up, that's plus 20 win differential. an average of plus 1.42 win differential per loss. Maybe Duncan should or should not have won more championships, but he definitely shouldn't have got upset 7 times. That's all I'm saying. Hakeem Olajuwon, 1985, plus 7. 86, they were minus 16 against Boston in the finals. In 1990, minus 22 against the Lakers. 96, minus 16 against Seattle. 98, minus 21 against Utah. There's some big ones in there. All told for Olajuwon, that's 87 wins, comes to 7.25 win differential, and that is one of the biggest ones we've seen. Top 5, easy. Wilt Chamberlain, in his 11 playoff losses, 1960, he was minus 10. 61, plus 8. 62 and 64, he was minus 11. 65, he was minus 22. 66, plus 1, that was an upset. 68 against Boston, plus 8. 69 against Boston, plus 7. 1970 against the Knicks was minus 14. 71 against Milwaukee was minus 16. 73 against the Knicks, plus 3. All told, it's 57 win differential, an average of negative 5.18 win differential. So it is somewhat understandable why Wilt lost as much as he did. But some of these are pretty close. A few, he was even the better team. Larry Bird, this one, like Duncan, when you break it down like this, does not shine him in a good light. 1980, plus 1 against Philly. 82, plus 5. 83, plus 5. 85, plus 1. 87 was minus 6 against LA. 88 was plus 8 against Detroit. 1990, plus 7 against the Knicks. 91, plus 6 against Detroit. 92 was minus 6 against Cleveland. But all told for Larry Bird, it's a plus 21 win differential and an average of plus 2.33 wins per playoff loss. Probably should have won a couple more of those. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 1970, minus 4. 72, minus 6. 73 against Golden State, they got upset, plus 13. 74 against Boston, they were plus 3. 77 against Portland, plus 4. 81 against Houston, plus 14. 86 against Houston, plus 11. All told for Kareem, it's plus 7 wins, which comes to .583 win differential. Meaning, on average, he had a better record than the teams he were playing on average on every one of his playoff losses. This does not touch the series they won, only the losses. Kobe Bryant, I didn't include 97, 98, wasn't a starter. Everybody like Shaq in 2011, I did not include anybody who was not a starter. Just doesn't seem right. 1999, minus 6. 2003, minus 10. 04, this is an upset, plus 2. 06, minus 9. 07, minus 19. 08, minus 9. 2011, the same record. And then 2012, minus 6. All told for Kobe, 57 win differential that comes to 7.125. It's one of the higher ones. Magic Johnson, 81 is plus 14. 86 plus 11. 1990 was plus 9. And then 96 was plus 5. All told, he was plus 15, which comes to plus 1.875. So on average, he had a better record than the opposition did. Bill Russell only had 2 losses, 58 and 67. He was plus 8 and minus 8, even on those 2 losses. Now, 58, he did get injured, and we can get into the details of that at a different time. Michael Jordan, there is no one even as high as 9 wins of the 24 players I just gave you. Michael Jordan, playoff losses. Here's the win differential. 1985 against Milwaukee, 21 wins. 1986 against Boston, 37 wins. 87 against Boston, 19 wins. Yeah, why didn't he beat Larry Bird? What a joke. He was 1-9. Yeah, when you're 77 win differential between the 3 teams, you might find that hard to win. 88 against Detroit was minus 4. 89 against Detroit was minus 16. 1990 against Detroit was minus 4. And 95 against Orlando was minus 10. What sticks out about Michael Jordan besides the win differential? There are no positives or even an even on there. Every player I gave you has at least once where they had more wins than their opponent did and they got beat. Except Michael Jordan. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, it's a little skewed because 1986, he only played 18 games. And in 95, he came back after baseball and only played 17 games. So he wasn't there all year to affect the record. Okay, I got you covered. No problem. You think that 111 wins over 7 playoff losses is a little high since nobody else had 100? Okay, sure. The 15.85 win differential is a joke. It's double what anybody else has, meaning he was completely outmatched when he got beat. But fine, let's remove 1986 and 1995. We'll just take them right out of there. You think it's unfair? You think it's skewed? No problem. Here's the 5 losses, not including 86 and 95. The same 21, 19, 4, 16, and 4. That's a 64 win differential in the 5 playoff series. That comes to 12.8 win differential. And that is the highest on the list. Nobody even hit 9. And Jordan, even taking out 86 and 95, is 12.8 win differential, minus 12.8. It's a joke. So here's a recap total of all the players right here. So as you can see, Elgin Baylor sticks out at 8.72, Garnett negative 8.3, and Moses Malone negative 8.72. So those 3 are the highest of this half. Okay, let's see the other half. LeBron is at 6.85. That's high, but it's not the highest. There's 3 guys on the other one that was higher. Hakeem is higher at negative 7.25. Kobe is higher at negative 7.125. But looking down at Michael Jordan, negative 15.85. But if you want to remove 86 and 95 to only go by full seasons where he affected the record, no problem. He's at negative 12.8. Still a full 4 wins on average per playoff loss, more than any other all-time great on this list. What do you want me to say about that? Meaning, Michael Jordan on average lost to vastly superior teams. There it is. Michael Jordan, he didn't get upset ever. And when he lost, it was to vastly superior teams. The closest thing Jordan had to being an even match was in 1990 Detroit Pistons. He was 4 wins less than they were. But we know in talent, it was a lot more than that. But even still, fine. But no one else on this list can say they never took a loss when they were the home court advantage, better record. Only Michael Jordan. And that's it. End of story. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content. And that's it. Until next time.